Welcome everyone to Let's Play Spyro the Dragon for the original PlayStation. So yeah, this is going to be kind of the first retro Let's Play on the channel, which is pretty cool. Something I haven't done yet. We're going to make a new game. Yeah, we're going to overwrite that. In the world of dragons.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a Dragon's Age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnork?
Ganasty Gnork.
Now I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork is a simple creature. Vampire. He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon King. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Of a glitch there. For the record, I'm using an emulator because I have a crappy capture card. So, hopefully nobody's bothered by the fact I'm using an emulator. I think personally it looks just fine, but other than that, there's really no problems with it that I've found.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
So Spyro is a collectathon where you basically just run around, you collect gems, you free dragons, that kind of a thing. You know, so basically that's kind of the idea of it. You know, you got all these gems that have been watered, you know, thanks to Nasty Nork. He's, you know, spread all these gems out. He's also turned a bunch of these dragons into crystals. So yeah, now you gotta run around and kind of free them. The thing is, I think Spyro 1 is my favorite of the series. And, I mean, growing up I used to play Spyro 3, but Spyro 1 I think appeals to me because it's kind of has more of a fantasy vibe, if you ask me. Where newer games have kind of more of a cartoony feel. Spyro, or kind of a cartoony fantasy feel.
Hey Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide, and don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Heights.
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
You mean super high things like that? But yeah, like I said, this to me is a very fantasy feeling game. I do have Spyro 2 and 3, and same thing pretty much about equally, and I did grow up with Spyro 1. I grew up with Spyro Year of the Dragon. Spyro 2 is always my favorite though. I don't know why, but Spyro 3 is the one I grew up with, so that was pretty nostalgic for me. But I feel like Spyro 1 is my favorite though. I played it again recently, and I don't know why, I just loved it. I mean, there's so many good things about this game, from the music to the atmosphere, the gameplay. The only thing I don't like is that you kind of whoops. Okay, that was my fault, falling off a ledge. But as we'll be able to see in a second, so Spyro control is great, but the thing though is that if you go off this way, you need to stop. You can just kind of stop. Whereas in the newer games, you know, you have kind of more of a hover ability, which makes it much easier to kind of stop in midair. But you know, considering it's the first game, considering it came out, I think it's '95. This came out. It's still not bad. It's just one of those things where since I played the newer games, it's kind of spoiled me a little bit with the refined controls. But for the time it's released, so this is a spectacular game. It still is. Awesome game. And I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I do love the music in this game. This game's got awesome music, really very kind of a fantasy feel. We have all these portals spread out around here. Yeah, you got all these things up here too, like gems and other stuff scattered around. Also, speaking of Spyro, they actually announced a Spyro remaster today, which is cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's actually got redone graphics, and I'm happy about that because some games You know, they'll do a remaster and quote unquote, but it's really all they do is just make the graphics look kind of HD. You know, just tune it up a little bit. They don't even do that much to it, which kind of is boring. Where in this case, I mean, this game has deserved an overhaul for a long time. You know, these little thieves running around, or Norks.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing?
Protecting.
His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Anyone notice that the platforms behind him disappeared? Speaking of though, so these platforms here, if you jump on them a certain way, you try not to fall in, because I guess the water is not good for you, it hurts you in this game. You get Sunny Flight, which is it's kind of a mini game. Is the best way I can describe it. I'll talk about more when we get there. And again, it's one of those things where the flight game or flight, or what was it, the speedways in this game aren't terrible, but again, I do like the ones in Spyro 2 and 3 better though. I feel like they work a little bit better. But again, considering this is the first game, considering when this game came out, which is I think 95, so the game is just about as old as I am. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Cool Flash, do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First you must complete one of the other artisan lands.
Spyro, I'm not sure he wants to do that Flash again, because here's the thing, is that he was just trapped in Crystal, which really sucks. So I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to do that Flash again, because that'd mean he'd be trapped again. Yeah, I don't think he'd want to do that. I can't imagine this being fun, being trapped in basically a stone crystal. This guy over here, Marco de Blueness. You prove your worth by rescuing 10 dragons, and you may use this balloon to fly to the new world. So he's basically the way we get to the next world. You can see we already have, I think, 4 dragons. Yeah, 4 dragons. So it does not take a lot to have a game let you progress. But this is gonna be a game I try and complete 100%. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna go through and play the game, beat it like normal, and then I'll probably go back and redo some of the other stuff I missed, which is just the way I like to play these games. I like to go back and get the stuff later, or get the stuff I missed later. So now we have extra lives. So this is a game with lives. Kind of expected from a game in the 90s, but lives aren't really a problem. But if you kill an enemy you've already killed before, like he doesn't have any gems, you'll get a little orb that surrounds Spyro's head. You can get a complete circle, and you can go ahead and get an extra life from that. So for these guys, you just want to charge into them, no big deal. Although if we go down here, I think there's one of these guys. So you can see they have a big shield on the front of them. So you can't charge them, you can't flame them. Yeah, fuck you. But if we go over here, you can flame them from the back. That's how you want to take care of those guys. Not too bad. Just gotta basically pay attention to their movement. Again, I cannot stress enough how great the music is in this game. There we go. Oswin.
Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Well, I mean, a secret that's probably in the game manual, right? In the control section. Okay, press triangle, and you can look around. That's a pretty good way to be able to look around your surroundings and spot things like this key here, and other things like that. So, goes in like some kind of a first-person mode almost. There you go. Someone make a Spyro first-person hack. Play Spyro, but it's totally in first-person mode, so that's third-person. That'd be weird. Kind of cool. So yeah, though, you got more of these guys up here. Let's see. So these guys are the big guy there. The big guy there, you gotta flame him. You cannot actually damage him by charging into him. Real quick. We'll go and get the other stuff here. But yeah, so with those things here, you got these little goats. Or those goats are frogs, sorry. I don't know why I thought those were goats. And those serve as fodder, so Sparks can eat them if he's feeling kind of crappy, and so he'll feel better. Sparks has three or four. I'm thinking about three. I think 4 is in the newer game, Spyro Your Dragon, but he has or kind of a yellow gold, which means he's fine. He has a blue, which means that he's at medium health, and he has green, which means he's at low health. And if I believe if he's gone, that's your last hit point. So about 3 or 4 hit points in this game.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Norks annoying. They're just kind of silly more than anything. I'm not gonna lie, there are too many times. That was weird. There's too many times where I kind of laugh at what an Orc's doing in this game. Just random stuff. They're not very threatening at all. And in Spyro 2, they're actually your friend near the end of the game. Spoiler much. Yeah, see though, we're pretty much completed this level. This is a pretty short level. Not really too much about it, but it's a good introductory kind of level. Like I said, real easy to give you kind of the basic. You have enemies that aren't too threatening, or you can have this guy who can squash you. Enemies aren't too threatening, and basic platforming. Like I said, it's a good starter level. So I mean, even though it's not directly the first level you will see, I think it's Stone Hill. This is the one you probably see first. This is a good level to start out with, though. Especially if you're not, familiar with Spyro, if you're still gonna get used to the controls and everything. Every once in a while you'll see one of those, though. A little purple box thing, and inside of it you get an extra life, which is cool. I don't think you need extra lives that much in this game. You shouldn't have to burn through them that much, but still though, they're there in case you need them. So we got the chest up here. Spyro is a bit off center, so that looks a bit weird, but that's fine. So we're pretty much done with this level though. I think the remaining gems up there are the only ones we're missing, and we have one dragon left to free.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
I was about to say Gnorc. Not Nork, Gnorc. Anyway, though, that's gonna be the end of the first episode, though. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and as soon as I find the other red gem, we'll end the episode. Because I don't see the point in leaving this one red gem, especially since this is such a small area. A small level, shouldn't even bother leaving it behind. In this game, you don't have Sparks' gem finder ability, although you wouldn't know about that if you haven't played the newer games. There it is. Yeah, Sparks in the later games gets a gem finder by pressing all shoulder buttons down at the same time. That's pretty handy because sometimes it's kind of a pain just trying to find out where a certain gem is. I mean, you can run around a level for like 10 minutes sometimes, so the gem finder is a cool addition. In Spyro 2, you get it for free at the beginning of the game, and in Spyro 3, you actually have to complete a challenge to do that, or to get it. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode of Let's Play Spyro the Dragon.